Hi, Dreamcode is here back again, and today we're going to migrate our code from functions, as we can see right here, to classes. This is like a rewriting of code. I'm not going to add anything new inside it, and I'm really sorry because the last week I haven't posted anything on this channel, right? But I couldn't have other stuff to do. So let's see how can we improve this. Right now, if I'm going to compile this, and right now we are able to see this, and also we can hear audio. Okay, we have a while true where we display a video, and we have some functions. We have the main function, and we have another function called get video source. So in order to have like code, we can also create another function. Like I can disperse it in more functions. So I can create another function here with this while true. I can actually cut this, then I can go up and create another function called video loop, and inside this video loop I'll paste every bunch of code. Then I write here the width, then the height, because these two parameters are set. And inside my main, actually after this, if I can call this, we have a problem here. Camera get source name of video path is not defined. We don't have the video path, so we'll have to give the video path as another argument. This is the problem. Let me see. And right now it should work. Yeah, right now it worked, but the video is height width. Oh, width height, yeah, it's because I did something like this. And right now we have like the same code but showed differently. We have more functions. We have like 1, 2, 3 functions, and the code seems to be nicer. So I'm thinking about creating a class which will display everything. Class which will be like read video args, and this class will only be like read videos. Actually read video, it's okay. Inside this class I'll add the same functions, but I'll do another so-called constructor which is def init, and this constructor usually is used for declaring variables, and I'm going to declare something inside it, like this bunch of code from the main. I'll call this bunch of code from main into the init function. Then I'll do something like self, which is this means like this is something like you call like this point something from this class, and I'll do the same steps, but I'll have to write only self to the arguments which I'm referring, you know. Another software update. Let's install it. We have this init class where we instantiated all the variables. We're going to work with these variables. We're going to use this read video, and actually right here I won't call the main because I don't know who's main. I'm going to create a class to read vid, read video actually equals with the class name readWidth. Then after this, I'm going to call the first function, which will be the main one. So main. So these are my first steps which I'm going to do. And right here I'm going to call this self, and I won't need to send these parameters because I can update them, and you'll see I can update them by using self because I'm referring to the first argument. And also I should add self on my functions right here, and you'll see why in a moment. Also self here. So we have init, we have parameters, we have another function, we have another function, and we have another function. So every function should have self on the first argument. This is like a rule in Python. So I'm going to add also self on the other unknown parameters, and also I'll add self on the function because I'm using this video loop. I can also delete this parameter because I'm not going to send them anymore, but I'll use also the self parameter right here, and I'll get them from the initialization. Also in get video source, I can use a cap here. So first in the initialization I can use self dap cap, and I can call something like known. So first the cap is known, then I can update the cap with self dap cap. And actually I don't have to return anything, you know, and also I don't have to use parameters because I'm using the source width height. I'm actually using the width height from here, and I'm using the source which I'm sending. Now I'll use here self, then I'll use the source video path. Yeah, actually I can do something like this. Then the source I can use video path, and I can call without any parameter. So camera, play are used inside my video loop. I'm going to remove this here. I'm going to use here self dap because I'm using these two parameters over there. And instead of camera here, I'll use self dap cap. Yeah, so cap is like the captured thing. I'm capturing the video, you know. And I'm using the player right here, and player get frame. Okay, and I'm using the same video path. Right here I'm actually, this should be like updating arguments, and the video loop should be called right here. So I called read video dot updating arguments. First time I'm updating the arguments, the width and the height, and I'll use here self, then self, because I want to update them. These are the self from my init function. So I can always, on this class, I can always use these parameters. So that's why I'm calling self all the time, because I'm referred to the class known parameters. So cv2 dot self here, cap self.cap.release, then we can call this one. I think the other code is okay. So we have updating arguments, then we should call the video loop. So these are the steps. So I'm creating the class here for the class read video. When I'm creating the class read video, I'm going to do this. It's going to print this and it's going to do this instantiation here. We're going to use the cap. Then we are calling the updating arguments, which will update our arguments, our known arguments from the self. Then we are calling the video loop, and the video loop is taking the play. The problem is that the video loop is not calling the get video source. It should call that, because we have to update the cap here. And after calling this and updating everything in the video loop, then we can loop through the video. Okay, it should be okay right here. Yeah, I think I should call the updating arguments from the video loop, you know. So first I'm updating the arguments, then I'm calling the get video source. It will be like the same thing. Then I'm getting the player to display audio. I'm looping, then I'm releasing everything. Okay, this script should work right now. I'm going to recompile it to see. Yeah, it is working. And also I want to change like a parameter. Maybe I wrote something wrong. Yeah, it's width. Yeah, you see the width changed, but it's too much. Let's set 800. Let's write 100. You see, it's working by 80, you know, and it will have this. So yeah, the code is running and is working. So we can use this class elsewhere. So from other script, if I'm going to create here another .py, like main.py, inside the main.py I can do something like this. I can call the class, then I can video loop, and it's the same thing. Also I can use other classes, and I can do other stuff. So yeah, this was it with this tutorial. I'll say is like change of code from functions to classes. So yeah, don't forget to hit that bloody like button, and also subscribe to Drinko, because I'm going to upload for you here weekly content. So I hope that next week I'll upload something new for you guys. And I'm thinking about upgrading from the arguments, these arguments, to something more to configs. Like I'll use this separately into a config from JSON, like config.json. Then from that config I'll update, and also I'll use arguments, but in the next videos. So you are going to find the code into the description, because I'm going to push it right now. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.